I am Marlene of Marlene Motivates, and welcome to your dose of positivity. As I always say, just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Hey everyone, it's Marlene of Marlene Motivates. If it's your first time here, I would love for you to subscribe to this channel, give me a like, and join my channel membership. Hello everyone, it's Marlene of Marlene Motivates. Welcome to today's dose of positivity. I appreciate all of you being here, and if you're listening on the replay, my replay gang, thank you so much, and leave me a comment in the comment section below. Let me see who is in the chat today. Hey, Terry Jones. Hey, The Word. How are you? Welcome. Happy Friday. Realist One here. What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday to you. I wanted to come in with a topic today that I felt like would be a good conversation to have, and that's of encouraging others and yourself. It's a lot going on these days. I feel like more and more, it's a lot of things out there to discourage us than to encourage us. It's like you actually have to look for ways. You have to constantly be seeking for ways or things to encourage yourself, because the way that people act is out of control. The things that people will do, the things that people will say, that if you don't have your mind right, if you aren't thinking in the right way, if you're already dealing with some negative situations and circumstances, it's very easy for you to feel some type of way and to feel negative. Encouraging yourself is one of the most important things that you can do. Before, I didn't understand. I thought that you would just be encouraged because, I thought that people in your life who were around you were the people who were supposed to feed that and pour that into you. I didn't understand that that's something that you have to do for yourself. You must encourage yourself. You cannot wait for other people to encourage you, or you're going to always be unhappy. You're always going to be discouraged. Don't look and seek others to fulfill you, to give you the things that you need. Encouragement is something that we can do for ourselves. And if you're feeling some type of way, don't don't do what I used to do. I used to always say, "What's wrong with me? Why am I discouraged?" Instead of attacking it a different way. Allow yourself, if you're feeling some type of way, get to the root. Why do I feel this way? And what is it that is causing me to feel discouraged or sad, or what is causing me pain and hurt emotionally, mentally, spiritually? And then when you root out what is hurting you, you can start finding ways that you can help yourself and bless yourself. We have to do certain things for ourselves. You can't wait your whole life for other people to give you the things that you need and the things that you desire. You have to want to encourage yourself. You have to want to succeed. You have to want to be happy. You have to want to not be miserable, regardless of what is said and done to you, regardless of who likes you, regardless of what the talk is, regardless of your age, regardless of um, your health status, regardless of anything that you may have done in the past. All of that is irrelevant. You have to start with today. Who are you today as a grown man or a grown woman? Who do you believe yourself to be? It's very important for what you believe and know about yourself. If you don't believe in you, and you're waiting for other people to give you that support and tell you how amazing you are, how worthy you are, how strong you are, how you can do great things, you will be waiting for the rest of your life. There are people out there that if you're waiting for them, you will never get it, because unfortunately, some people don't possess enough love for themselves. So they don't know how to fill up your cup. They don't know how to tell you that you're amazing because they don't feel that they are amazing themselves. So let's start from there. We have to start off our days with how we're going to choose to look at our day, our outlook, our attitude. Are you waking up with your day and thinking that the possibilities are endless for me? It's going to be wonderful. Or do you wake up in the mindset of nothing is going to go right? Everything is already going wrong. Nothing good ever happens to me. It's about the energy that you choose to draw. It's about the mindset that you choose to have. Our mindset defines what we do. It defines on if you're going to work on your purpose, or are you going to work on the purpose of others? What kind of purpose will you have? Will you be purpose driven or purpose ridden? That's a gem. That's a gem for you guys. Are you going to be purpose driven or purpose ridden? See, when you're purpose driven, you know your direction. You're not just going through your life, just like no sense of direction. You're just going and you're doing whatever is popular, whatever is trending, what your family wants you to do. You really don't know what you're doing or where you're going. Or are you choosing to follow the trends? Are you going to be purpose ridden? You're allowing others to rule your life. You're letting them be the driver. See, it depends on where you're aligning, where you're striking your blows in your life. Are you knowing exactly, okay, I'm going to go this direction, I'm going to do this, this, and this? Or are you just out here not really knowing what you're doing? You're just taking things one day at a time, and whatever happens, happens. See, if we don't know what our focus is, let me tell you, there are people who love the ones that are distracted, those are who are discouraged. Other people love the ones that are not strong in their self love. They're not strong in their purpose. They don't know what their passion is. They're confused. Their self esteem is low. Those are the exact targets that other people who are manipulators and users look for. They look for those who are weak minded, those who don't have enough courage to speak up for themselves. So, to encourage ourselves, it has to be a part of us that we have to say, I love myself. I am worthy of having, doing, and being great. Thus I will achieve. Thus I will stand in my purpose and do what I was made to do. This is how we encourage ourselves. We encourage ourselves, one, by knowing who we are. Until you find out who you are, there is nothing that you can do in your life that will that will have a sense of direction. You'll just be going through life wasting time, like a scratch record, the same day just repeated. So if you haven't taken some time to think about yourself in the grand scheme of things. Who am I? Or why am I here? What is my purpose? I suggest that you take some time to find that out, figure it out, be honest with yourself. Get into what your talents are, what you're about. And, your passions in life can shift based on things that you have been through. At a certain time, maybe 5 years ago, 10 years ago, maybe your passion was one thing and then it changes. We can always shift our passion, but as long as you're living your life in the direction that you want to go, you're going to feel good about yourself. See, how we encourage ourselves is having enough courage, enough strength to say, this is who I am and I love myself. That's how we encourage ourselves when someone tries to come at you with some foolishness, some drama, a lie, and you combat it, or you say, no, 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 not me, not ever. When we stand up for ourselves, when we protect ourselves from things that is outside of our values, our goals, our passions, the direction of our life, that shows that we love ourselves and we encourage ourselves when we stand up for ourselves and say, this is what I'm going to take and this is what I won't. Now, let me see what's going on in the chat. I see quite a few comments. Yes, Terry Jones. Hey, Shay, how are you? Welcome. Good to see you. Happy Friday. Yes, hi to everyone in the chat. Thank you all so much. Yes, we definitely have to encourage ourselves. See, I'm telling you that if you don't try to encourage yourself, you're going to fall for anything. It's a tactic of weak minded people, it's a tactic of wicked spirit forces. And that's just what they want. People love to see when you're discouraged. Have you ever seen some of the joy of certain people when they see that you're struggling with your life? It's people out there that are twisted, evil, and dark that way. They love to see you failing. Don't give them even a moment to relish in that, to enjoy even a moment to get to say anything like that about you, you as a woman or as a man. Stand strong in your strength and your power. Know what you're made of. Know what you're made of. Okay, so let's go into some tips how we can encourage ourselves. Number one point is to encourage yourself, you have to be patient with yourself. You must be patient with yourself. And that's how you encourage yourself. Don't think that, whatever it is that you're going through or dealing with, whatever happened in the past, don't let what has happened to you hold you hostage in your present. We must let go of what happened to live in what is happening. Yeah, we have to let go what has happened to be present in what is happening. So when we do that, we give ourselves that permission, being patient, knowing that, I've done some things. Also, others have done things to me, and I'm going to be patient with myself because I'm worth it. I am worth the time. I am worth working on my life. I'm worth, making changes to become a better me. And that doesn't happen overnight. It does not happen overnight, making changes to improve the quality of who you are. Yeah, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen just like that. And we must be patient with ourselves. And that's how we encourage ourselves. We tend to have more patience with other people than we have for ourselves. Know that you're human, that you're going to do wrong things to others. Know that others are going to do things to you, but you got to be patient with yourself and, give yourself some room to be human. You're not a robot. You need to slow down. You need to have some time to relax. Give yourself that. Like I deserve to take a break from other people. I deserve to have some me time, so some alone time, some time to just think my own thoughts through and make that time. It doesn't have to be a long period of time. It can just be 10, 15 minutes in the morning, 10, 15 minutes at night. But you must make time for yourself. And that shows that you love yourself and you deem yourself worthy. I always say I am worthy to make time and spend time on me. I I'm worth taking some time to be patient with myself and to check on my emotional, my mental, my spiritual, and my physical health. That's being patient with yourself. It's being kind to yourself, being compassionate to yourself because you deserve that. We give and pour into others, but we must pour into ourselves. Okay? That's the first one. Be patient with yourself. Now, number two, we have to track our progress in our life. And how does that encourage ourselves? We encourage ourselves when we look at who we were and then look who we are. Now, I'm telling you, that's a way to give yourself a shot in the arm of encouragement. Anytime you look back about how you were, the things that you used to do, the trivial things that you used to do, and you've grown from that, you've matured from that. Your understanding, your reasoning, your wisdom has grown. You're growing, you're blossoming, you're turning into an enlightened being. That's how you encourage yourself. You see who you are today. And I'm here to tell you, pat yourself on the back for that. Progress, may not be seen. Other people on the outside don't see what you're working on. They don't see what you're dealing with and what you're going through. But you know what you've been through. You know what you're going through. And any progress, even little tiny things, just a little seed, a little drop of hope within yourself. You're hopeful for yourself. You're hopeful that you can make changes and you are changing and you're doing great. So track your progress and see where you have been, where you are now, and what you hope to be in the future. You know, it's all about those things like that. That's how we encourage ourselves, by seeing I'm growing, I'm blossoming, I'm benefiting, I'm learning. And you feel good about yourself when you know the things that you used to get caught up in, the things that maybe you would have responded to before, now you no longer respond to it. That's encouraging. And you should be proud of yourself when you do that. Okay? So, another point number 3 is we encourage ourselves when we plan for imperfection. Boy, when I was writing down these notes, I was like, what? That when that came out, plan for imperfection. We can only do the best that we can in our imperfect state. Nobody can do anything perfectly. Plan for imperfection. Know that things are going to go left, things are going to go wrong. You're going to make some mistakes, but don't beat up yourself for that. Let yourself be human. Let yourself have a human experience and then forgive yourself and let it go. We hold things and we question it. Why did I do this? And why did I stand for this? And why did I do that? See, when we plan for imperfection, we know that we're going to make mistakes. And then you say, I should not have done it. You acknowledge it. That's a part of growth and maturity. Acknowledge when you do something wrong and then ask yourself, why did I do that? Okay, why do I do it? And then the third one is, how do I not continue to make the same mistakes? See, we plan for that imperfection to happen because it will happen. But we don't want to keep putting out the same things in the atmosphere, keep making the same mistakes. If we do so, that would be insanity. That's a sign that something would not be right for us mentally. We have to understand that yes, you will make mistakes, but you have to try not to make mistakes that will be harmful or toxic to you, or things that is outside of the things that you really don't want to do. See, when we're doing that planning for imperfection, in that means that we have to be honest with ourselves. And when we show up and we're honest with ourselves, we can make better plans. We can feel better about ourselves and we can move forward towards where we want to go and who we're trying to be. So don't plan for perfection. Plan for the imperfection. Plan like when something happens and be like, yeah, I messed up, but it's okay. And I'm going to keep going. Don't sit down there and wallow in it and beat up yourself. See, you have to get up and you must move forward. This is how we encourage ourselves. Say, I know, you did this and maybe you took a step back, maybe a few steps back. Maybe you lost a few people because of maybe something that you did. It's okay. It's part of your human experience. You make mistakes. Now get up and forgive yourself and keep moving. Point number 4, we encourage ourselves when we practice gratitude. Gratitude is how we keep moving forward in our life. We must practice gratitude. There's a lot of things in our life that we have. You have so much, but you're not looking at what you have. You're looking at what you don't have. You're looking at what you want. You're looking at what other people have. And until you can be satisfied, grateful for what you have, the things that you are, the things that you have overcome. Have gratitude that you're not in situation that you used to be. You're not as immature that you once were. That now you are a person who has discernment and you can perceive, you have good perception. You know how to read people. Be grateful for that. Be grateful when you have a roof over your head and food to eat. It may not always be what you want, but you have something that some wish that they did have. So when we walk in a spirit of gratitude and being thankful for what we do have, everything else shifts in our life. Everything shifts when you're grateful for what you have. You don't have time to worry about what you don't. You're looking at what I have and saying, I do. I have a lot. I have a lot of gifts. I have a lot of blessings. I have a lot of good things that is happening to me. And that's how we keep encouraged when we think about what we do have and we're thankful for it. And we look at things, this is a gift for me. This is a blessing for me. I'm so happy with what I have. See, when you are always constantly thinking about what you don't have, what you lack, this is how we become discouraged. And we don't need to be discouraged. There's enough out here in this life that can discourage us and beat us up constantly. We get beat up constantly from life, stress, people, even our own self, our own thoughts. Our mind can think some crazy things. Our mind can condemn us, bubble up things from the past, or other people will call you out and say things about you. Maybe that's who the person that you were, but it's not the person that you are today. So practice gratitude for the things that you do have and don't worry about what you don't. What is meant to be for you will be. Who is meant to be there for you will. See, don't worry about the ones that cannot support you momentarily, right now in this moment. You're always going to have somebody to support you. And part of that gratitude is also learning when to ask for help. You know, that's going into my next point. Ask for help. We encourage ourselves when we humble ourselves and we ask for help. Ask for help. And if you don't ask for help, how will others know what you need? How will you get more? How will you get the support that you need emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically? We can't get the help that we need if we don't ask for it. See, we have to search for what we want, we have to seek it. And don't think that you're the only one. See, the only stupid questions are the ones that we fail to ask. So if you really don't understand something and you're trying to gain knowledge of something, try to understand something, trying to cope with something, we must ask. Okay? So let's get to the next point. We encourage ourselves when we tell ourselves, you can do it. You must tell yourself that you can do it. It's like when life happens, when struggles happen to you, when people do wrong to you, when you just feel discouraged from, your present life circumstances, when you're just going through so much in your life, you just want to throw in the towel and just say, why try? Why try? The more I try, nothing ever works out for me. But we have to understand that everything happens for a reason and a season. There's going to be seasons of trouble. There's going to be trials. There are going to be things that's going to test who you are. It's going to test if you really want things. See, if you really want things in your life, you're going to have it. Nexie, how are you? Welcome. Happy Friday. I hope you're doing well. I think it's so very important to tell yourself that you can do it. Tell yourself that you can make it through. It's vital to how you feel. It's vital to the joy in your life. It's vital to keep saying things and speaking things to yourself. You can do it. You can make it. You are strong and you are courageous. I think everybody should have that that they say every single day. They should be telling themselves, I can do it. I can make it. I am doing it. I'm proud of myself. If we don't have that type of self-talk when obstacles happen, when struggles happen, when someone does something to you, you automatically are going to feel low. You're automatically going to get discouraged. But we got to feed build up and feed our own mind and encourage our own self. We have to support ourselves emotionally. Okay, tell yourself that you can do it. Give yourself that pat on the back. Celebrate yourself. Tell yourself that you are winning. You are winning even when it doesn't feel like it. You're always winning because you're going through something to get to the next thing that is meant to be for you. You don't always understand why you go through certain things, why you have to have certain obstacles in your path, but it's all about how you're choosing to look at it. Okay? Tell yourself that you can do it, and guess what? And you will. That's how we encourage ourselves. Tell yourself that you can do it. Tell yourself that you can make it, and you will. Okay? Now, let's get to this one is one of my favorite things to encouraging ourselves. We have to make, we talked about earlier in point two about making plans, planning for that imperfection. But when we make plans and when we make goals, we have to make goals, but not just with a endless time. We have to make goals and we have to have plans with a date and time. It's very important for us to be specific about what we're trying to do and what we're trying to be. When you make a goal, it's very important that we make that goal realistic. You know, you don't want to make goals and then they're so big that you can't achieve it. And that's going to make you feel discouraged. So start with some small goals that you know that you can accomplish. Nothing too big, something small. Give yourself a week, 2 weeks, maybe a month to accomplish a certain thing. And then when you accomplish that, you're going to feel so proud of yourself and you're going to want to go and accomplish another goal. See, it's better when you have small, attainable goals, a goal that you can reach and achieve, and it's going to do so much for your mind. It's going to do so much for your spirit. You're not only going to feel good like, "Oh man, I wanted to do it and I did it," but also it's very good for your mind power and your mind strength knowing that I made a goal and I accomplished it. Yes, set a date and a time and stick to it. And if something didn't pan out or work out, rework the plan. Don't just make a goal and then think, okay, I made the goal and it didn't work out, and then you give up. There's times where you're going to have to rework the plan. You may have to extend the time, but continue to encourage yourself knowing that I can make goals and accomplish them. That will encourage you every single time you make a goal and you accomplish it. And be proud of yourself. This is how we encourage ourselves. We tell ourselves, I'm giving myself until this date and this time to do X, Y, and Z. Then hold yourself accountable. Get into the action and do it. And when you accomplish it, write it down. Write it down so where you can see it. That's something that encourages me. When I accomplish a goal, I wrote it down, said I had a goal to do this, this, and this, and I accomplished it, and I did it, and I'm proud of myself. Then you write up your next goal. I'm going to do this by this date and this time, and when you accomplish it, you do another pat on the back. See, this is how we accomplish ourselves We have to not only say what we're going to do, we have to follow through and do it. It's about our actions. Hey, Angela, how are you? Happy Friday. Welcome. Yes, it's about accomplishing things, making things happen. Yes, don't talk about it, be about it. Very important. Very important. Okay, everybody, we have three more points on this topic today. So you tell yourself that you can do it, you know? Now we have to go into the, when we talk about telling ourselves that we can do it, in the meantime, we have to do what, if you're a person of faith, you have to do some prayer. Pray about what you're trying to do and not just praying and saying, please, please, I want to do this. Oh, we have a super chat from Puzzle Pieces. Thank you so much. Appreciate the super chat. Very appreciative of it. And you know what I have to do is panda time when the super chat hits. Thank you so much, Puzzle Pieces. Very much appreciated. Thank you. Yes, so we must encourage ourselves. We must. It's very important that we must. Okay? Angela says, I make a to-do list. Checking off each task is rewarding. Yeah, it's very important to make a list and to make that list reasonable. I definitely was a person who was an overachiever, and I always tried to have like 30, 40 things on my list. And my mentor was like, no, no, no. You're setting yourself up to fail. There's no way you can accomplish 30 things in a day. But it's very reasonable to tell yourself you can do three or four. Three or four, you know, and do those three or four things well. And then, if you have some on the list for the next day and you finish all four, then maybe you could add one more. But don't try to be an overachiever and think you have to do 17 things in one day. That used to be me. And that's how you get burnout. You still have to have a life, you still have to enjoy your life. And that's a part of encouraging yourself as well, that don't be an overachiever. Don't seek, that perfection. We were talking about it earlier, planning for imperfection, knowing you're imperfect, knowing that, you can't do anything perfectly. Also, in that, we have to understand that we need to take some breaks. We must take a break. We must. You must take a break so that you can feel good about you. So I just had started talking about, how important it is for those who are those of faith, prayer, and you go and you make prayers, but not in pleading, not just saying, I want, I want. When you are saying those prayers, you are already saying, knowing that what I am saying, it is as it has already happened for you. Okay. And then this is my favorite part, is when after those prayers are set, you sit in your meditation and you draw all of that energy to you. How can I make that happen? This is my time where I like to think about how I can make the things that I am asking for, the things that I'm supplicating for. How can I make those supplications become my reality? And in that meditation, you give yourself that time to draw it up. It will give you the direction, the flow plan of how you can get to that. So don't forget to meditate, deep breathe, We're so busy in life that we're running all over the place, like a chicken with our heads cut off, doing this and that for everybody, but we're not slowing down for a moment and thinking about some of the things that we need to focus on, things that we need to do. So do that for yourself. Okay. And here I'm getting into my last point. Okay, which I think is one of the most important of all of these is positive affirmations. We encourage ourselves with positive affirmations such as everything is working out for my good. I am capable. I am deserving. I will always do my best. We must say those things in our life so that we can not only think about positive situations, but also we're drawing it to us. We have to understand that the things that we speak about is what actually happens to us. So the more that we speak positively, we talk positively, and we are around those who maintain a positive a mental balance and a positive spirit for us, it's going to help us to stay encouraged because we can only do so much. We can only handle so much. We have to lean on others that are encouraging to us, and it's so important to do that, you know. Speak those positive affirmations over our life because it's a lot. If you don't speak positively over your life, there's going to be others who will come and they will speak negatively over your life. So make sure that you're saying your positive affirmations every single day. Every single day. Speak positively over your life. Speak over your life as whatever it is that you're speaking of has already happened. See, if we don't encourage ourselves, nobody else will. Okay. Now, this is the time in the chat where I put the link in here, and anybody who is seeking to, talk about how they encourage themselves or how they encourage others, this is your opportunity. Have about 15 to 20 minutes where I can let you have your say before we wrap up here. But I'd love to hear from everybody else. How do you encourage yourself? And that's also helps other people. One of the things that I had to start working on is waking up maybe 15 minutes before I normally would, instead of just jumping out of bed, um, doing my personal care and running out of the door. I had to make sure I started planning my mornings, making sure that I was eating, drinking some water, doing whatever I had to start pouring back into myself before I was running out trying to take care of, money or whatever it is, trying to pour and help other people. You must pour into yourself first. So it's something that I recently have been doing because I was not before. I just wake up and automatically you're there supporting and helping others, but I was not helping and supporting myself. And I do believe that that's why I was feeling discouraged. We cannot give to everybody and we never give to ourselves. So, while I seek to encourage you all, I also am putting the oxygen mask on myself. And I recommend you do that for yourself. It's something that a lot of us, we wake up in the morning and we don't even feed ourselves with physical food, much less feed and support our mental health, our mind. We have to get our mind right before we go out and we battle life, battle other people. Because if you don't protect yourself and have supported your mind before you open your door, you get in your car, or whatever it is that you're doing, going about your day, there's always going to be somebody who is going to come. Oh, oh, you're not ready. Oh, you weren't planned and prepared for that day. Okay, get ready for this. I got something for you. So I'm just sharing some of my experience. If you don't plan, there's gonna always gonna be others that will make plans for you. Plan your plan and work your plan. Always plan earlier and plainly plan to be planning late. Mhm. And hey, Papa Will, how are you? Happy Friday. Welcome. So, um, that's all I came on here to say. I don't see anybody hitting the link and popping up. So, I appreciated this topic. And also, let me say something before I go about encouraging others. Um, we always seek to be there and to support and to encourage others, and I think it's wonderful. It's very important to be there for others. We don't want to be selfish people, but don't let you encouraging others and supporting others be at the cost of yourself. Don't lose yourself in the process, the shuffle of life, trying to be the yes woman or the yes man for others. You got to say yes to yourself. And when you say yes to yourself, unfortunately, that means saying no to other people. But you have to be okay with that. If you're not okay, like that's definitely twisted. And I know a lot of us, me included, grew up thinking that you weren't a good person if you did things for yourself, that actually you were a selfish individual if you gave to yourself first. And it's not. It's not. Not that you're saying, oh, all day long, everything is about me. No, you're saying that when I start my day, I'm going to pour into myself. I'm going to pour love into myself. But also with that, also with pouring into yourself, you also know the limits. You know the limits of things. You know what you can tolerate and you know what you can't. Yes, Angela. Yes, a very important lesson to learn. Very important. Hey, Tracy Anderson, how are you? Welcome. It's so good to see you. Happy Friday to you. Angela, same to you. Yes. Yeah, it's so important for us to understand that we have to encourage others. We have to encourage others, but don't let you being there encouraging others and supporting others to be at the cost that you're losing yourself, that you're miserable, that you're letting other people control every part of your day. Especially, family. We give our families a pass for so many things, and it's not that we don't want to support them, but we also have to support ourselves. Oh, I see we have Terry in the background. Hold on a second, guys. Hi, Terry.
Yeah, good afternoon. You got me fired up because you keep saying the same thing. Have an Ecclesiastes moment somewhere in your day. If you read the Holy Bible book of Ecclesiastes, the third chapter, verses 1 through 8, it says, a time and a season for everything under the sun, a time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to plant up that which is planted, a time to reap and a time to sow, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. And that's one of your core messages you say in almost every one of these YouTube live streams is learn to put yourself first in your life before you can try and help someone else.
Exactly. I always say that because not everybody is a believer, and I like to respect everyone's opinions. It's my belief system. I am a believer, but I am not a person that pushes or tries to offend others. I just say it from a balanced point of view, so that everybody can get to that understanding and everybody can make the decision on their own.
Yeah, cause I learned that from the female YouTuber named Dorsey, a life coach, and a popular rapper. She was talking about having different seasons in your life, and she was talking about a stacking season or a building season in your life, and that's where I got Ecclesiastes moments from.
Awesome. Well, awesome. Well, well, thank you so much for coming up and sharing everything with me. Do you have
Yep.
anything else that you would like to add?
Yes, one other thing is we must learn not to sit at a table where we're not wanted. Because because one of the things I do is when people say you can't do this, you can't do that, they say you're retarded, you're slow. You know what I take it as?
Mm,
I take it as an ugly blessing because we must remember all our blessings in life are not going to be sweet and they're not going to be beautiful. Some blessings are going to be sour and ugly. And when a person shows you who they really are and you see the fruit that's on their tree, it's your choice to pick that fruit up and eat it. It's your choice to hang around that person and take the disrespect, because if you will allow someone to disrespect you once, they're going to take it as you don't have any boundaries in your life, and they're going to continue to disrespect you.
exactly. One thing that I definitely learned when I went through therapy, the first time that someone does something to you is shame on them. The second time you allow someone to disrespect you is shame on you.
Exactly. Say it again.
Yeah, first time is shame on them. The second time is shame on you because you should have learned the lesson. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
And to see a person for who they are, not what you want them to be. And don't get caught up on the P word, potential, because a lot of women get caught in bad relationships because they think they can fix someone. You can help a person only so much. At some point, they gotta want to help themselves.
Exactly, Terry. Well, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. Appreciated you coming up. It's always a
Yes, ma'am.
pleasure.
Thank you. And you know what? Keep your light shining because you always encourage me, to be a better writer. And this one the reason I want to be, your moderator, because the number one mistake YouTubers make is they don't put the time in the chat of when the live stream actually takes place. And when I put in the time, it'll actually erase it from the live stream because I'm not a moderator.
Mhm.
Because that's one of the main things I do with most of the channels I moderate is I put in the broadcast time so that way a person coming back on the replay will actually know when the live stream took place, and they can set an alarm on their cell phone for the next live stream.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Terry.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Yes, everybody. It's a good conversation. And I just want to say to everybody, don't let anybody stop you from feeling good about yourself. We give away our peace. We give away, We let people disrespect us. But, like I was just saying, the first time when someone disrespects us, it is shame on them because they should not have done it. But if you allow someone to do something to you twice, the second time is shame on you. We have to learn the lesson and we have to be accountable. Be accountable for yourself. We must make good decisions. That's how we encourage ourselves. We can't just put a blanket statement down saying, you know, because I love this person, I love this person. We say that as a blanket statement, but love doesn't hurt. Love doesn't abuse. Love doesn't use you. Love blesses you, supports you, understands you. It's not mean spirited. There's no evil motives. So be careful with the word love and also the word friendship. People will say that too. I'm your friend or I love you, but their actions is not proving any of that. Be careful, don't get played, you know. Like my dad's favorite term, don't be a sucker. Don't be a sucker to other people. Don't let them suck you dry. You can't give away anything. People can't take anything from you without your permission. Your enlightenment, your money, your time, you know. They can't take away anything from you unless you let it happen. We let things happen to us. I know someone needs to hear that. You are letting things happen to you and then you're complaining about it. You're suffering and you're suffering for no reason. My spirit told me to say that. You're suffering for no reason. You're suffering when you don't have to, and all you have to do is say no. All you have to do is stop hanging around them. All you have to do is stop giving them your money. Stop giving them your body. Real talk. So thank you, everybody, so much for joining me today. And I will see you all on Monday for a new dose of positivity. And like I always say, just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger worthy. I am enough now. What about you? I forgive me. I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Ooh, oh, boy.